Morning, guys. Charlie, you want a drink? You ran right over here to your spigot, eh? Let's see if the water's still on. Yeah, there you go. We're over here for our Saturday morning walk. Over in our graveyard where we walk, we'll head to our back corner. Been doing this for years and years. And so now we're down to just me and Charlie Bear. Nova's, I can't walk the new pup with Charlie yet by myself. She's just too crazy. But truthfully, this whole thing, you know, it's been 2 months since Diggy died. And here I am, over here with Charlie in the cemetery, because he lived. This was his thing. Y'all done, Who's? Let me shut that off for you. Oh, even you and Diggy drinking that water. This whole Saturday morning routine I have with her all started with Dig. And so now, with Diggy gone, every Saturday morning, Charlie's kind of looking at me, wanting to go for that same walk her and Diggy went on forever, you know. So it's kind of neat when you think about it, you know. Just one little dog, and he's gone. But here we are, still out here, still doing things, just because it was him that started it. And even though he's gone, here we are. We're still doing, basically we're still doing what the dog trained us to do. Me and Charlie here. Another one of your water spots, HR. You and Diggy knew every one of them spots. This back corner here of my cemetery, for years we came here, and I would stand in that back corner. I'll show you in a second, because from that back corner I got the river on two sides. I'll give you a panoramic here. The highway's out there, and the river, of course, is just beyond those trees again right there, and that's the corner. So I could stand in that corner with my back turned to the river and watch for people, because I couldn't have Diggy loose around people. So we would stand back there where I could let the two of these guys run loose. Let's leave Char there and head back. She's fine. So yeah, this is one of our local cemeteries here in Dunnville. But this back corner right here, this was Diggy's spot. We would come here, I remember countless nights where we would come here even after dark in the wintertime, because it gets dark so early. But you know, the dogs would still need to get off leash once in a while and run. So this is where I would bring them to do our little run. We've got a couple things we do where there's a couple things we do because we did it with Diggy, that we still do a couple things. I remember this stone, this little gravestone right here with the rocks behind it, was actually laying on the ground. I think it was like husband and wife, and this one was falling forward. So the one time when I was back here with my dogs, with Diggy and Charlie, I put those rocks, I went down through the little trail there in the river, to the river, and I gathered up some rocks. I came up here and I fixed these two really old stones. You can't really even read them anymore. But yeah, that's how often I've hung out in this spot where we would do things like, you know, I would do something like that. But that was a time where those two little graves that I helped, Diggy was here. And because he was here, because he lived and he was here, and this was his spot. He was here with me the day that I helped fix those two little graves, which never would have happened if not for Diggy. If it wasn't for Diggy and us coming to the spot so he could run, I would have never known that those two graves just needed a little bit of a help being propped up, you know. Hey, Char. You guys used to run and catch your stick down here. Let's head down to the river, see if there's any lumber washed up. Sometimes down here I get good little boards, good lumber, washes up, you know, so I salvage some of the better stuff. River looks nice today. It's part of the island right across over there that I camp on. A little farther up. I'll go for a walk and see what's going on. It's nice and cleared out. Some people have been down here fishing and stuff, so it's a little bit cleared out. Yeah, I can't count how many times over the years that you know, Diggy and Charlie were down here together. Yeah, and of course, like I say, here we are. HR, we're still here. Let's walk over by this tree, Charver, and we'll see if there's any lumber over here. Little piece of board there. I'm not going to crawl onto that. I'm going to go along. Around here is a 2x4 down here painted yellow. See, this is one of those secret fishing spots that unless you live in this town, you don't know about this. Literally, this is no one from out of town that comes down here to do this. This is all just local people in my town that we have our hidden little spots like this, you know, that are just down here in public land where we can go fishing. Big park across there. That's the very tip of the island out there that Charlie and I camped on a few weeks ago. And Diggy and I spent years camping on that island. Years and years. Nice big chunk of log down over there. Got a chainsaw, I could cut the end off that thing. I still need to find a nice log one day to make a, for like a log press, for an overhead press. It's a little thick, but I'm gonna come through this way. Yeah, you can see the end of that log there. If it was a little more out of the water up on land, I could cut a chunk. It's not completely rounded though. It's got a little bit of a oval shape to it. I'll find one of these days. If I know where there's a few out in the bush, I could go harvest one that's already like knocked down and stuff. But I know where there's a few good logs like that I could get. But yeah, every Saturday morning when I'm done my coffee, Charlie will just come look at me and give me the look. She's ready to go on her and Diggy's walk, even though he's not here. We still do this. We do this for Char. We do this for him. But yeah, we both miss him. One of these days, just a little stick down there's got a neat little piece on the end of it, doesn't it? Well, yeah, one of these days, we're gonna get Nova trained, and she'll be able to come with us. And she's just, you know, Nova's just starting out in life. She's just a baby. So she'll be coming with us. We'll have her more trained one day. She'll be able to come down here, go on this little adventure walk. A little thick in here, boys. Here's a way out right here. Back to the main trail. Yeah, like I was saying there before, I had to get through all that stuff. Little Nova, she'll be able to come down here with us. And she'll be trained. And so if you think about it, here's one of those logs that are down on the ground. You know, you could cut a piece out of. This one's already dry. Be kind of a good one right there. There's a nice little piece between that little knot right there and that next little knot right there. Let's just check. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5.5 of my feet. But yeah, that'd be a perfect little one. Just caught my eye. It's about the right thickness too, eh? But yeah, one day, the day will come where I'll probably eventually, you know, I will eventually lose Charlie too. And by then, you know, Nova's gonna be just down here all the time with us. It'll be 3 of us again instead of back to 2 like it is now. But then when the day comes that I lose Charlie, Nova's probably still going to want to be coming down here on this walk because she'll be so used to it. And then, you know, you think way ahead. Not that I like to think this way, but if I was to lose Charlie someday, which I will, like I say, and I'd probably still have Nova being she's just a baby, that would mean that I would have another pup because I always like to have 2 dogs. So by the time Nova's older, she'll probably have a new puppy to deal with, just like Charlie does now. And then, you know, you'll have a new dog someday, a new puppy coming down here. And it was all because of Diggy. He started this whole thing. But because I'm going to keep having dogs for the rest of my life, they'll all be on this same routine. They'll all do this every Saturday morning. You know, like I say, and it's literally because of something Digger did. So it'll kind of keep his little legacy alive. Oh, excuse me, losing my voice. There's a coconut again right there. You know, you see these, I tell people this. That one's really rotted. I tell people about this all the time down here on the Grand River in Dunnville, Ontario, Canada. How I find coconuts all the time. This one even had some weird stuff growing off it, eh? Like, that is crazy. But I find fresher ones than that all the time too. And they're ones that people have bought in the grocery store and just threw away, and Charlie wants to chew that one up. But over the years, I found all kinds of coconuts down here. And we do not have any coconut trees around here, that's for sure. Okay, we'll head back up here. So no, not really any good lumber down there to salvage today, but sometimes there is, so I always take a look. But yeah, guys, I'll go ahead and cut this video off. See my dog looking at something. Oh, it's a squirrel. Okay. Ooh. But yeah, this was definitely our spot. I would stand right here like this. See, like I was saying, you got the river all behind you here. So if I stand right here, I can look out just like that. And I can watch for other people. So if I see people, the dogs can't see the people because there's too many tombstones. But I can see them. So it was always safe to have Diggy down here loose to run around. This was the one spot where, you know, I could keep everything safe if I had him running, and the dog needs to run. And Charlie, if she poops, I always have to clean it up. But Diggy, he was so good for me. He would never poop out in the grass out here. That was just him by nature. He would always go in the bushes. Always. He would run in, especially back there. That was one of his little spots. It's almost like a little animal trail there, right? That was one of those spots. He would run right down in there, you know, to go. He was good that way. But yeah, a nice little spot in the graveyard, you know, to come. So anyway, I might as well wrap this video up. It's kind of long. It's just a video about the old digger. And I'd say someday in the future, I'll make another video like this where we'll have Nova down here. She has been down here. We bring her down here a couple times, me and Gabriel with Charlie and stuff. So, you know, like I say, the older she gets, the more I'll be able to have her out. She's just too crazy right now for me to walk both of them by myself. But her time will come. Well, anyway, while we're in the shade here for a second, I'm going to let you guys go, shut this down. Everybody have a great day, a great weekend, and I love you guys, and I'll see you again later.